In 2022, the turbo on my Evo exploded, sending metal through the engine, and afterward the motor started knocking. Then, in 2023, while the Evo was in storage, my garage flooded, submerging the rotating assembly in creek water. Now, I finally have some time to devote to getting the car that I have owned for the longest back on the road. Welcome to the 2024 Evo build. We didn't have a 2023 Evo build because the car was broken all year, but this year we're gonna get it running. Actually this month, we're gonna get it running. So step one, we have to pull the engine out. Mark, we have to do it today.
Right. Which should be easy for the both of us.
Easy peasy.
I mean, we've done this before.
Not our first rodeo.
I mean, we've changed the transmission at the track, so
yes.
This should be a breeze.
No problem. So I'm gonna say 6 hours. We'll have the engine and transmission out.
She ain't ready for the AF. Mad as savage, and me back and I'm back and it happening, ready to blow. I remember doing deeds with Deji from the street, they left me on my own. Monkey asking me about how I got the P, I told her leave it, mama grow. Then they're ringing up my phone, then they're ringing up my phone. Times change, but mine's made up. I ain't got line patience, right then, don't like bait, just come close, but swear that. When goes with the herb,
This was a team effort. I gotta catch up to you in parts.
Mark and I are having a little side bet to see who can take more parts off of the car.
2 separate parts, right?
And he's gonna try and nickel and dime me.
Oh, absolutely.
Just so you know, all the parts aren't weighted equally, okay?
Oh, so now we gotta weigh it?
No, I mean
All right, I'm gonna take off the heaviest part.
Yeah, the engine. I think whoever gets the engine wins. Mark just got both radiator brackets. Both radiator brackets. Let's do it.
Mine's heavy in space. Times heavy, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Times money pays. You ain't ready for the eighth. She ain't ready for the eighth. Fake clothes, same watch. Fake rep, same fuss. Main squad, same loss. But flop, ain't what I want. Aim up, don't stop. Repeat level.
Catch can?
Heavily, don't need this max energy. I be the one, beat the one. I don't make a song to make a song. Of the vibe is right. The mic will let me down to the sound. The light of fire. Spit the strong in the line. Pick me first before I'm gone.
Wheels, Mark. Just take a wheel off.
Yeah, but it won't fit in the bin. Doesn't count.
Oh, I'll put it in the bin. Just took a spacer off, Mark. That fits in the bin. Boing. Bingo.
Mongo. It's not in the bin. It don't count. Oh, I'm too old for this.
Whole interior is disinfected, so you don't have to worry about.
Oh, I wasn't worried about it to begin with.
Pump the crap out of that brake.
I feel like a little kid. Can't see over the steering wheel. All right, I'm holding. Is it working?
Yep. Woo, let's go.
Vroom vroom in my mom's car.
Oh, the other side was not as tight as it should have been. All right, we're in business. Getting way ahead of you, Mark.
Oh, you are.
Getting way ahead of you, bud.
Better mechanic than I am.
I think we all know that.
Tell you what, you don't have to worry about these wires rusting.
Yeah, are they pretty oily?
Yep. Yeah. I can't even get this plug off.
That's most of this car, Mark. There we go. Rotor off, Mark.
Why do you take the rotor off?
Because we gotta take the axle out.
Trying to stack up more parts, that's all. My hands are covered in oil and I'm just messing with wires. We need to clean this.
Great, let's do it. I love it.
Okay.
Ah!
Look at that. So
Ah! That's all, this was all underwater. And this is just the layer of sediment that came to rest on top of it.
That's all hearsay.
the only flood I believe in is Noah's.
Oh yeah. Wow. You're so strong. Yep. There was no flood. Quit lying to the people. Where's that
You're
nut?
right, we faked the flood video for views. Big bar. Mark, I think I'm way ahead of you.
You know what? I gotta agree with you. I think you're way ahead of me.
It's not watery though. I think it was sealed well enough. The clutch, no, probably not.
That's 2 for Mark.
3. You forgot about the washer and the cotter pin.
Shut up. All right, I'm taking this axle out. Just go ahead and get it like a nice wide shot. Just to show off the size of my bar.
Okay.
I might have to use a smaller bar. Sometimes your bar can be too big, and then you have to resort to using a normal sized bar. What? I got it. I got the tool.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Okay, good. Just say, because I didn't bring.
Yeah, I got it. Another axle, Mark. And I'm gonna take credit for the input shaft. So you got input shafts on the Evo, and we have this super sick custom tool that we made just out of a Harbor Freight, like what, pulley puller kit or axle puller kit or whatever. Just welded a nut on there, so that just goes right onto the end of that. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's another part for me, Mark. There we go. We are right about ready to take the
Transfer case?
transfer case off, and then the motor's gonna come right out. So
And we might as well wait till after lunch.
gonna
to
take a little break.
take a little nooner. Is
Yeah.
that
We're gonna a little
a
nooner.
little nooner. All right, it's getting close.
We do not, technically speaking, actually have to pull out the drive shaft or the T-case. You can just shift it, but it's not that hard to actually remove it, and then it makes it a lot simpler to drop the engine, in my experience. Yep, lower it. Yep, we're out. That sound kills me, dude.
All right. This is kind of funny.
Yeah. I feel like we're at our wedding reception. Gotta take my AccuSump out because it's full of contamination at this point.
A clean shop is a happy shop.
Should we get the time lapse going again? Kind of a bada bing situation.
Bada bing.
This is still on this side, so the table needs to go down a bit.
Up. Halt. Get out of here. We don't need you.
That's a part. Put it in the bin. Stop the clock, stop the clock!
We started at 10 o'clock. It is now
2:45.
2:45.
So it's 4 hours and 45 minutes.
And that was with a 2-hour lunch.
Two
I mean,
hours lunch.
5 minutes. Five minutes.
Yeah. We did okay. We weren't rushing.
All right, it's coming.
Yeah, that clutch is.
Yeah, it's toast. That sucks too, because it's not a That's not a cheap clutch.
We are gonna check out this engine for, I guess what it needs. I was told it went underwater. Not completely, and then a slight knock before that from a turbo failure. So we're gonna take it apart, assess what needs to be done, and give it a refresh. Oh. This disc is stuck on here. That wasn't gonna let you drive it. Became one piece. Just rust, good clutch. I've had people drag race my car and they didn't really know how to drive it and glaze the clutch, the disc, and I'll just ride the clutch a little bit and it comes back. It's still really good.
So it's worth trying to save?
For the price, yes, but for the amount of work you have to do if it doesn't work, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess you could always do a clutch job. This shows your water level, where the rust stopped. Jeez. It's gonna sit there, waiting on you. Not bad. Nothing really here. We'll bare this and wash it up. Skin it up. Fingers. Dude, it doesn't look bad. Should say that, right? This one doesn't look bad. Showing rust, but not too bad. It's more like mostly surface stuff. They have like a slight wear on them, but more like a small debris went through them, but it's not worn out. But you did hear a knock, right?
I see you in the video.
And it sounded like it. Okay. We're still looking. So far, these won't create the noise. No? On D-cell? It kind of mixed up with the other stuff. At first, it sounded like it's knocking, but I mean, there are some like debris that went through the bearing, but nothing that would make it knock right now.
So, would it cause an eventual failure?
If it didn't clean itself up, yeah. But it could be a long time before it does anything. On the table? Yes, sir. Still looks new.
Proud of your work.
Yes. There's your water you got up there. You know, you'll just have like premature wear. You got a bunch of milk in like the oil holes. Yeah, that stuff would have caused issues because it's just going to work itself in there. We'll keep inspecting. We'll keep looking for anything that might cause a similar noise. Other than like a slight stuff that went through the bearing, all these look really good as far as wear patterns. This was your original head, right?
Yeah.
Now everything here looks great. This is another Evo crank that's been polished and Magnaflux for cracks. It's just one that's ready to go. Yeah, so we're getting a fresh start instead of having all these little marks that it's not really gonna come off unless we polish it. So we'll send this one out to get polished, and we have another polished one already.
Got a lot of scoring on the wall of your oil pump here. So probably when that turbo broke apart, all that debris went through the oil, came through, scored the oil pump, went into the rods. So it's all probably all stemming from this.
Yeah, it ate something for sure. Probably that turbo stuff.
Do you think that would seriously affect the oil
It's gonna drop your oil pressure having all this gouging in here. I mean, it's so bad you could feel it with your nails.
Pickup. Got a lot of debris in the old pickup, some old paint it looks like, and some flakes from your old destroyed turbo. Just better to not let that get through the new pump.
There they are. And there's your oil from the turbo. Good.
$2,000 later, and I had my hands on a fresh XE heavy-duty twin disc. I didn't want to risk putting back on the rusty one that I already had and having it fall apart at a race. I cleaned up all of the friction surfaces, and Mark and I reassembled the clutch with Loctite and torque specs.
Little schmutz. You're in.
I'm in.
1, 2, 4.
Then it was time for the engine to go back in the car, and a lot of progress to happen off camera. We skipped over a ton of stuff that we were doing because literally we're just trying to make this track day super limited on time. But it is almost entirely all back together. We were just notably missing intercooler, oil cooler, and radiator. The intercooler and oil cooler both had a bunch of shards of HKS turbo go flying through them at a high rate of speed. Then after that, they were both flooded.
Safe to say that they're dead.
And then the radiator is years old at this point, and we were already going to all PWR product, as you can see, so got a radiator as well. This is some super high quality stuff. We put it onto the Talon in an earlier build episode, and it is extremely, extremely efficient. It's all made in-house by PWR, which is an Australian company. They will sue me if I speak in an Australian accent when talking about their product, so I can't do that. It's packaged so well. Whoa. Dude, this thing is sexy.
I'm telling you, their products are just so beautiful.
This thing looks crazy, bro. It's so light too. It's like so compact. Yeah, perfect. All the mounting stuff is like ready to go. It can literally just go straight on.
It's a heck of a design.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's sweet. Box number 2, this is the oil cooler. Nice. This is the huge new oil cooler from PWR for that Mick from PWR sent for the Evo. This is the oil cooler that he sent for the Talon. And you can see there's a pretty noticeable size difference. It's like 6 rows taller or something like that. But because we have to get to the racetrack so quickly, this is actually the perfect dimensions for the oil cooler bracket that I already had on the car. So I'm just gonna use this for now.
I'm telling you, these welds are amazing.
PWI?
PWI?
Pretty wicked radiator.
We're itching to get this thing started.
We gotta get this thing started. We're on a timeline. It's Tuesday and the track day is on Saturday.
All of the PWR coolers were a direct fit and went on in minutes. And with absolutely no time left to spare, we had the car finished for SCCA time trials.
We cut out a lot of technical issues with the car, trying to get it all working. We drove it to VIR. We're at the racetrack, and it's a beautiful day to shake down a car that started running yesterday on the racetrack. But I'm just psyched to drive my Evo again. It's been almost 2 years. So I'm on these Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02 tires. These are not typically what you would consider a track tire. They're more like a 300 treadwear, ultra high performance summer tire, as opposed to like the 200 treadwears that we usually run here. But these are the best rain tires for performance driving. When you are trying to go fast in the rain, you don't want a 200 treadwear because all of those are optimized for dry grip. These have phenomenal rain channels and siping that are able to dissipate water and still give you as much grip as they really can. I think we're gonna be able to go pretty quickly, relatively speaking, relative to our competition, because we've got the all-wheel drive and because we've got really the best tire setup that we could have.
By the end of the rain running, the Evo was second fastest overall of the event, behind only my buddy Alan Patton in his 890 Supra, which was also on Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02s. Go figure. And I was able to run in P2 despite the fact that the Evo was for some reason only making 16 PSI boost, meaning it was probably only making about 300 horsepower. The next day, it was dry as a bone, and I had a personal record of a 2-minute and 2-second lap time to beat. It's time to buckle down, turn up the boost, and go get that sub 2. I ran a 212. The car won't make boost. I'm pegging at 16 PSI, and I'm down 35 miles an hour on the back straight. Neither Mark, myself, nor Kenny of Black Sheep Tuning can locate the problem. But then, I recognize the high-pitched whistle emanating from the engine bay.
Well, we figured out why I was down on boost. As it turns out, it was not a boost leak. It was actually an addition to my boost. There was a nut in my intake up against the turbo blades. I think I'm gonna have to take the L on this one. I think that during the week-long frenzy to put the engine into the car and reassemble everything, I may have dropped a nut where it shouldn't have gone. And this has just been bouncing up against my turbo fins all weekend, just stealing boost. So that turbo is trash, unfortunately. I think everything is okay. We're gonna have to, unfortunately, clean out this brand new, beautiful PWR intercooler, run some gas through that. I'm sorry, Mick. I'm sorry, Ainsley. Everybody at PWI back at the factory, I'm sorry, guys. I've ruined your product. You know, we went pretty fast, all things considered, considering we had a nut just bouncing up back and forth against the compressor wheel. We went, you know, almost fastest in the rain and did a 212. I think the motor's okay, we'll see. But yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? I think we'll be okay. So, new turbo time. And I still consider this event a win. It was nice to be back out and drive it, and getting everything put back together this fast felt like a real win.